What's up, YouTube? It's me, Boston Chris, back with a new video. 2 in a row. What? No, just kidding. But yeah, 2 in a row. I'm doing a video that I said I would do, which is my year in review. So I'm gonna show off the, I guess, highlights of the what I picked up this year, and really, had a fun time. When I was able to go ahead and go out and get books, and just really excited to be able to show you. I mean, if you watch my videos, you can see them all, but just kind of just the highlights, just the big books, just the good ones. Are the ones that I consider to be the good ones, and just overall, my favorite purchases of this year, which includes my shirt, my Regal Beagle shirt. I got this actually, I want to say, a month or two ago. So yeah, anybody who doesn't know, Regal Beagle is from Three's Company, which I, as a kid, grew up watching the reruns of, and just hilarious show. I love that show. So figured I'd wear it just because I really do like the shirt a lot. So one of my best purchases of 2020. Boom. So let's start it off, and it's kind of gonna just be in no particular order for the most part, but start off with some Spider-Man. So I was able to pick up Amazing Spider-Man 201, the Punisher cover. Really cool book there. Next we have Spider-Man 210, first appearance of Madam Web. Then we have the Spider-Man 229, which is the Nothing Can Stop the Juggernaut storyline that involves Madam Web. And then number 230. These are definitely books that I always wanted to get. And when I was really little, I would see them in the shop and everything. And funny enough is that I got older, and when I was younger, I really didn't collect too much Spider-Man, and then got older and started collecting more of it. And at that point, you really didn't see those books in shops, so really was a good book to pick up, good stuff to have, and really something exciting. Next, we have Spider-Man 315. So this is the second appearance of Venom inside this book. Then we have one of the big ones, one of my top 10 books, which was Spider-Man 361, The First Carnage. So I have the second print, and now I have the first print together. So I was able to pick up both of those, the Little Giant Comic Con, the one show that I was able to go to, which was really cool. Next, we have Avengers. This is issue number 42. This is, 52. I always screw that up. So issue number 52, this is the first appearance of Grim Reaper. I got this from Comics, Tunes, and Toys. During, I want to say, spring and summer, TiVo used to host it was basically every Saturday, Saturday afternoon, he would host a, comic live show and it was just kind of a different claim sale, and Mike, the Big To Do from Comic Tunes and Toys, would go ahead and open up his shop, and then just kind of list out the books, and so we'd be able to go ahead and just claim whatever we wanted, and then go ahead and just pick up some really cool books. So overall, I was really excited for that. It was a really good time. It helped me get some good books, and then also too, which is a great time to pass, a great way to pass time during the pandemic, while comic shops, at least my shops weren't open during that point in time. So it was, a really good way to get some books. Next to it, you have another book I picked up from that Little Giant show, which is Avengers. This is 92. Love this cover. It's a nice Neil Adams cover, so definitely a cool one. And then another one off my top 10 list, we have Avengers number 144. So this is the first Hellcat. So this is Patsy Walker actually as Hellcat. Prior to this, the cat was the lady who would become Tigra. So if you have Beware the Claws of the Cat, that's I forget her name. It's like Greer something or other, Greer Wilson or something like that. But so it basically ends up being Tigra, and then later on, Patsy Walker takes up the mantle. So Patsy Walker is kind of funny too, just because she is a character from the romance comics that they made back in the 50s. So she's actually a Golden Age character that ended up making her way into being a superhero. So, you know, a little bit of history there. Next up, we have Captain America. This is what, 241, so another Punisher cover. Another book from Comic Tunes and Toys. This I picked up off of eBay. So we got Daredevil number 18, the first appearance of Gladiator. Really cool book. You know, definitely an awesome character. And this actually was, I shouldn't say was, but is in really nice shape. Overall, the only thing that kind of stands out is that there's a little bit of, you probably can't see it, but there's a little bit of spine ticks up on, you know, the corner here. But overall, beautiful cover and presents well. So definitely a great book to have. This, I think, again, was another one from the Little Giant show. This was Daredevil 81, which is a square-bound issue, and then was the issue before it becomes Daredevil and Black Widow. So before they change the name, and I'm not 100% sure. I think that it has something to do with Iron Man too. It has like a preview of Iron Man in there. Maybe not. These you'll recognize from my most recent haul. So we have Defenders number 17 and Defenders number 18. Both we got, it's the first appearance and then the continuing on fight with the Wrecking Crew. You know, not something that I'm like, you know, super. You know, I'm not telling anybody to spec on it or to think that, you know, oh, like this is going to be the next big group, because you never know. I mean, I could see them. I see them more as a Disney Plus group, not something that you'll see in movies, but, you know, something cool to pick up because they are a cool group. As I said in my last video, they did get pretty popular in the Bronze Age, so much so that they were actually featured in amongst the bad guy crew in the Secret Wars. So definitely, you know, cool books to have just if you like Bronze Age villains and stuff like that. Next, we have Iron Man number 17. This is the first appearance of Madame Mask. And then we got number 18. So that's our second appearance, and you see her on the cover. So first cover appearance of her. So pretty cool there. Next, we have a book that was on my top 10 list last year that I actually was able to pick up this year, which is Conan number 24. So this is the first full Red Sonja. I know a lot of people go back and forth, but I guess you know, 23 is, I guess, either a cameo or maybe it's a first and this is a second. I don't know. I just know that, you know, from everything I've seen for a while, this 24 is supposed to be her first full, whereas the other one's just a cameo, but she's even on the cover, so I'm not sure. But next, these Who Comics ended up picking these up for me. He was at a show before everything got shut down, and you know, he went ahead and picked this up, so was able to pick up Marvel Premiere number 5. So this is the first mention of Shuma Gorath, and then he also got me Marvel Premiere number 10. So this is the first full Shuma Gorath. So definitely cool books to have. These are both on my top 10 list. And then also from that show, he picked me up Marvel Premiere number 19. So this is the first Colleen Wing. So definitely cool there. Helped me round out and finish off my Iron Fist run in the Marvel Premiere. So I was definitely grateful for that. Next we have Master Kung Fu, Deadly, sorry, all over the place. Special Marvel Edition 16, which is the second appearance of Shang-Chi. So definitely a cool book to pick up. It's funny too, because when I first had, I'm trying to think if I got this out of a shop or off of eBay. I don't remember fully. But what I do remember is that, you know, not too long ago, before the announcement of the movie, I mean, this was cheap. You could have picked it up anywhere, and I just kind of dragged my feet on it, and I should have bought it, but I didn't, and that's what happens. Snooze, you lose. But I was able to get it for a good price, because, you know, second appearances, some people, you know, go after them, some people don't. I have this unbelievably great ability to find second appearances. Don't ask me. But next we have Warlock number 1. So this is another book that was on my top 10 list, and I'm almost positive that this is a Gil Kane cover. So really nice cover. I always wanted to get this book for that. So I finished off that run this year too. So I have all of the Bronze Age solo Warlock run So that's cool. I showed these in my last video, 2 more books from my top 10 list. My Century number 1, so I got 2 Century number 1s, really cool. Definitely books that, you know, a character that I think has potential to come to the MCU, but may not because he's so powerful. But who knows? I mean, he's just an awesome character to have. Next, we have another one off my top 10 list. This is Miracle Man number 15. This is Death of Kid Miracle Man. Really, really cool story and cool book. Following that, we have Fantastic Four number 211. It's the first appearance of Terrax. For all us, you know, who like the Heralds of Galactus, definitely a good book to pick up. This I picked up at one of my local shops. This is Spider-Man 410? The first Spider-Con. So this is Ben Reilly as Spider-Carnage. So that's pretty cool. And then I picked this up at a different shop of mine. And this was at, I think, Comically Speaking. They were having a half off sale, so I got this for half off. So this is the second appearance, or the second in comic appearance of Rocket Raccoon. So really cool. Next, we have another book that kind of started me off on a tangent in a way, but this was given to me. Not so much given, but I ended up buying this off of Who Dat Comics and Games. So we have, so I keep saying comics and games. Who Dat Comics and Movies. God damn. I've known this guy long enough, and you think I can get his name right. I'm sorry, dude. But yeah. So you get Marvel Secret Wars, the Secret Wars 8 homage variant. Definitely a cool book. Definitely one that I want to get signed and slabbed at some point. And then I also came with a little card in the back, so one of the Marvel masterpieces. I'm pretty sure this is Joe Jusko art on that, because he used to do like that series. But then, like I said, it took me off on the tangent, so I ended up picking up this, the WWE Superstars Secret War homage. This was a book that I got for real cheap, and was one that I went ahead and had been chasing for a while, that became really expensive at one point. I think it was going for like $80 or something like that, or maybe 100, I don't know, but I was able to pick it up. This I got from another shop called Outer Limits. Great shop. So this is the second appearance of Werewolf by Night. See, told you, second appearances. I'm your guy. Next up, we have also from that same shop, Fantastic Four 164, which is the first appearance of Frankie Ray, who later becomes Nova. So definitely cool. Also from their shop, I was able to pick up 2001 Space Odyssey number 8. This is the first appearance of X-51, who later becomes known as Machine Man. So definitely a cool book there. You can't go wrong with some Kirby art on this. Definitely good stuff there. This I ended up picking up from Big To Do at Comics, Tunes, and Toys. This is Annihilation Conquest number 6. This is the first appearance of the Modern Guardians, so the ones that we see in the movie. Gamora, Star-Lord, Drax, Rocket, Groot. Like, this is where they got their first start, first appearance of that group. Definitely a cool book to have. This is on my top 10 list, and this is actually a really, really fun book. And one that I got for an awesome deal. The seller was kind of, just, I guess, he was looking out for me, thinking that, oh, do you want a pristine copy of this? Because, this isn't quite the most pristine and this and that. And I'm like, dude, I'm just looking for a first print, and this looks beautiful. I will take it. So I got it for an awesome deal. I think I got this for less than $20, which is the Death of Captain Marvel first print. So this is an expensive book if you're trying to find it, just because these Marvel graphic novels, they have reprinted this so many times that to get a first print, it's kind of hard. Even in a lower grade, you're going to spend probably around $30-$40. So to get it for what I got it for was unbelievable. Next, we have a book that I picked up from eBay. This is X-Men 107. So this is I guess they say that 104 is the first Corsair But this is basically the first like full out Starjammers and the first Gladiator from the Shi'ar. So definitely a cool book to have. Um, it's in kind of rough shape, and it's like it's got some spine ticks, and I would say at the best it's probably like a 5.0. But you know what? I have no problem with that, just because they can't all be 9.8s. And on top of that too, to find this book in a high grade, everybody's specking on X-Men after that, or everybody was specking on X-Men and different X-Men stuff following that Fox merger that happened, and the Fox Disney merger, and so this book shot way up, and people want a lot of money for the first appearance of the Starjammers. I can't tell you how many times I saw it listed for $60+ over and over and over again. So I just kind of waited it out and saw one that was, more in like the $30 range, and I jumped on it because I really didn't want to pay $60 for one that was pretty much in either this same shape or maybe slightly better. I wanted to, if I'm gonna spend the money and get a good one, I'm gonna spend the money and get one that's at least an 8.0. But that's not gonna happen right away. That's something where this is in my collection. It's gonna stay there, and if I get a chance to upgrade it, I will. But I'm in no rush. Next, this actually was a great find. This is when we went on the comic crawl with it was me, Amazing Murphinata, and our friend Sean. Went around to all these different shops in southern Massachusetts and Rhode Island, and I ended up, the first shop we went to was called oh my god, it has a pirate theme, and I'm trying to think of what it was. Oh my god, wait a minute, I had the button. Maybe the button will tell me. I had the button somewhere. I thought I had the button. Where are you? Oh my god, I can't think of it. It's comic. Oh my goodness, I'm trying to think of what it was. Hold on, I'll find it. Comic. I want to say it's like the comic ship or something like that. Anyway, I can't think of it off the top of my head. But so I was able to pick up, this is the first appearance of Cloak and Dagger, so Peter Parker, Spectacular Spider-Man number 64. So, and this is in amazing shape, so definitely a great pickup. And they were having a sale that day for, I guess it was like the pirate. In October they have like a pirates. Sorry, get people coming by. But they have a pirate celebration or something like that. I don't know. But what was it? I swear this place is called like the Gilded Shield, something like that. Some weird name, something like that. But anyway, great place. Definitely fun place to hunt up books. Next up, so this is just what the guy placed us in. I didn't pay this much for this, but picked up this, X-Men number 59. So this is the first appearance of Kal Lycos, who later becomes Sauron. So definitely a good pickup. Again, the X-Men spec and everything like that, but I didn't pay $60. I think I paid around 30 for it. So next, at my local shop, one of the local New England comics, I was able to also pick up Ms. Marvel number 1. So this book is kind of cooled off. It was huge about 3 or 4 years ago, and definitely dipped down, so it was affordable, and I was like, yeah, absolutely. Next, this one I got this from the Little Giant Con up in New Hampshire again. So this is Doctor Strange number 169. So this is the first solo title for Doctor Strange, and I always love this cover. It's an amazing cover, great cover. So definitely one I was excited to buy. And then later on eBay, I was able to find this, which is another really good book, which is Doctor Strange number 1. Frank Bruna art on this one, so really another awesome iconic cover. So definitely cool stuff there. This is another book I picked up off my top 10 list. I was able to get this for a great price, and I was really excited when I found it. But we got Marvel Premiere number 15, so this is first appearance of Iron Fist. Definitely good stuff there. It's in a top loader just because that's how the guy sent it, so I still have to put that in Mylar. Next was another book that really there was an auction, and it just wasn't it wasn't moving as quickly as I thought it was going to, as far as like the price. And so I just stuck with it. I was like, you know what, if I'm gonna get this book, this is probably the best chance I have, so I'm gonna try it and get it. And I did. So I was able to pick up New Mutants 87, first appearance of Cable. So I have, again, second print of this, and now I have the first print. Funny enough too, everybody will be like, oh, you gotta get Rob Liefeld to sign this and everything. Like, okay, cool, but look who else is on there. Well, you can see Todd McFarlane did this cover too, and he never gets the credit, and that to me is crazy. So if Todd McFarlane ever comes back to Boston, I'm getting him to sign this, and I'll be one of the rare people that I guess has a McFarlane signature on a New Mutants 87, because he did the cover. And that's actually kind of a cool thing when I think about it. Like, so him and Liefeld actually did a couple of different covers together for different X-Men books. There's like an X-Factor book and a couple of other ones. And I'm going to try to see if I can hunt those down too, to get those McFarlane-Liefeld covers. Because, it's funny enough too, like, you can tell, the difference between their art styles. But I definitely think that, you can see some of Todd McFarlane in this. Like, I think Cable's expression is Todd McFarlane. I think that, when you look at, what is it, Boom Boom, that might be McFarlane. But definitely cool. So definitely, prize in my collection. Something I'm really excited about. Next, we have another book that I made a trade with Who Dat Comics and Movies. Caught myself to go ahead and I decided that what I was going to do is I was going to he had a I had a Venom 3 that I wanted to try to get graded. I tried to sell it at the Little Giant Con, and the guy didn't want it. He's like, nah, don't want it. Okay, fine. And I knew it was like I had never read it. I just kind of kept it, and I kept it nice because I figured at some point with Null and everything else, and I got this way before. So I bought it off the rack, and I was like, at some point this is probably going to be something big. So I held on to it, and I knew it was at least a 9.6. I was like, with the press, it's easily a 9.8. They didn't want it, so Who Dat's like, I'll take it. It's like, I'm willing to make a trade. I have this here, and it was Hulk 102. So this is the first Hulk solo series. He's like, I'll trade this with you. And I'm like, absolutely, no problem. And if you follow up and watch his channel, he got that book pressed and graded, I think, and it came back as a 9.8. So he got himself a 9.8. I got myself a Hulk book that I really, really wanted, really liked, because I didn't think I'd actually be able to pick it up. So thank you for that trade. Really awesome book to add to my collection. And not to be outdone, I also, again, at my local shop, went to New England Comics on a random day I had off, and saw that they had listed a bunch of really good books, saying that a new collection came in, come check out what we have. And there was some fire in that store that day. There was fire in there. Like, there was so many books, and I had to make a decision on this one. See, I didn't know if I was going to get this or something else. And there was two other books I was eyeballing, and I was just like, I can't afford them both, but I definitely can do this one. And those two books was Amazing Spider-Man 121 and 122. I could afford one at the time. I couldn't afford both. And that's what made this an easy decision. So I ended up picking up Hulk Annual #1, which this again is another book that I've tried for about 3 years to get, and I've just been trying, and I can't tell you how many times I've come close, so close to getting I'm in an eBay auction, I lost it by like $1. I'm in an eBay auction, I lost it by $10. I'm in an eBay auction, and it's got priced way out of my price range. Instagram sale, negotiating with the guy, and he sells it out from under me because I didn't say claim first. All these different scenarios popped up, but it's finally here. It's in my collection, and it's here to stay. So persistence pays off. And then, just a last but not least, I have a few slabs to show. So this again goes in the tangent. This is the G.I. Joe retailer incentive. This is the Great Lakes Comic Con variant. homage to Secret Wars #8. And that's the tangent that the guy sent me on. Oh, that one book sent me on. Actually, I was just like, I want to collect all these different covers that look like Secret Wars #8. And so this one, even though it's not I don't think there's a lot of value to this, but there's a story behind this. So the seller that I got this off of eBay was super cool, but I had tried to be negotiating with somebody else for a raw copy of this book, and the guy was being kind of a jerk. He was just like, he had it listed at $21, and I said 15, because I figured it's worth 15. That's what I'm gonna pay for it. And he's just like, can't do it any lower than 19. So I was just like, all right, 16. 18 is my lowest. Don't ask for anything else. Don't do it. Okay. And then I looked at more of it, and he had something like 52 of them sold. He had bought like 70 of them or something stupid. And, he had just had this long listing where he had been trying to sell these books. He had 12 more left, and I was just like, what? And then he wanted like something like $8 shipping on it. I was just like, I don't think so. So I got angry, and I looked on eBay. I was just like, I'm going to end up getting this slab anyway. How much is a slab going for? Let's see what's going on. And there was a guy who was basically selling the same book slabbed for $30. And I was just like, no brainer, easy. So I went ahead and I bought it that same night. So I got this. This is was a Forbidden Planet variant of Secret Wars #1, and then again another homage to Secret Wars #8. And so sometimes, especially the way I look at it is that if his books are getting a slab and the guy's being a jerk, or just people just not willing to with them offers. Sometimes offers are the way to go, but other times people want to be jerks about those offers and be like, oh, well, I'm not gonna do this. Whatever, man. Just go somewhere else. So I took great pride in letting him know that I bought it from somewhere else, and it was and good luck selling those other 12. He ain't gonna sell those 12. The guy's a jerk. And you know what? When it comes down to it, I'm glad he stuck with them, because those other 12 books are gonna sit and basically become dollar books, and you have to liquidate them for $1. So, chew on that. And then the final 3 books, and this is the reason I say that these are the final 3 as far as my best purchases is because of the fact that these are my first actual books I ever sent out to get graded. So we got Secret Wars #8, signed by Mike Zeck. This is a test run. I have 2 of these. So this is the lesser of the 2 copies. I thought it was higher than a 4.0, but it's whatever. But the reason I did this is because you can still get the yellow label with the verified signature. So definitely cool. Next we have Ultimate Fallout 4, signed by Clayton Crane. Came back in 9.0. Again, I have another one that I could send, but I'm probably not going to. And it's probably at least a 9.4. And then this one, which actually made me really happy as far as my taking care of books and stuff in my collection, because this is the oldest book I had out of the 3 I submitted, and it was a Spawn #1 that I got signed by Tom McFarlane last year at the Boston Fan Expo, and it came back at 9.6, and I was just like, oh my god, I've had this book since I was 15 years old, so a long time ago. Because whether people know it or not, I am born on New Year's, so in a little less than 2 hours, I will now be another year older. So I'm not afraid to say it. I'll be 39 years old, knocking on 40, knocking on that 40. But so to have this in my collection since I was 15, this book is 22 years old, and it came back at 9.6. Oh yeah. So that's it. That's the books. That's my year in review. That's the top books that I bought this year. And I will say it's probably my best year as far as collecting, as far as just getting good books. And it's the first full year that I've actually gone ahead and done nothing but back issues. Just kind of stayed away from all the new stuff and just focused exclusively on back issues. And that's something that I'm really excited about. I'm something that as a collector, I'm a lot happier doing it this way. I not to say that I was struggling or upset or depressed, doing it, going in and getting new books. It just was one of those things where it's just like, you're spending all this money on new books all the time, and it's just like, I want to get these other books, but don't have the money because I spent it on these new books. And then hoping that something comes of those books, and then all the spec market, and just like, oh, this is the new hot character this weekend. What about this book and that book? And then, my local shop kind of taking things and putting them, taking things off the shelf on purpose to try to sell online, so that you couldn't have it first, or trying to hide it. It was just too much aggravation. So I will say this. I mean, if you're like me and don't like the whole rat race of, I mean, don't get me wrong, I speculate. I have no problem with it, and nothing wrong with speculation. It's given a lot of life to the hobby, and I fully 100% embrace, and I fully understand and respect people that do it. So I'm not here to sit there and be like, if you speculate, you're not a real collector, man. No, not at all. If you speculate, that's just the way you collect, and that's the one thing that I think is awesome about how this just hobby in general is that anybody can collect anything they want. There's people that collect coverless books. There's people that collect readers only. There's people that buy the books and throw them out. They buy them, don't even care about them. Buy them, roll them up, put them in their back pocket. Because there was a guy who actually comes into one of my local shops, one of the New England Comics around where I live, and literally he has a pull list. He'll sit there and get the books, pay for them, and then if it's like only like one or two that he wants, he literally, his whole thing is he just likes reading the stories, and he commits them to memory, and that's it. He doesn't collect them. He reads them like a magazine. When he's done, right in the trash. Perfectly cool, man. You do what you got to do. But I know for me, like, I feel like this keeps me a little bit more organized, more focused on what I want to get. The books that I'm looking to get, the runs I'm looking to get. So that's why I've kind of transitioned more to just back issues and books I really want versus going out and trying to get weekly comics, and then on top of that trying to get the books I want for my runs and stuff like that, and different keys and stuff like that. So that's pretty much it. So as far as this year, it's been a tough one. I'm not gonna lie, but I think I did pretty well. I mean, those are the highlights of what I picked up, and I'm really excited about that stuff. I was able to complete a few different runs. Completed my Moon Knight run. Completed that Warlock run. I completed, what else did I complete? Transformers. I now have, I think, all of the Marvel Transformers except for this one Halloween newspaper issue that is kind of expensive, and I'm not gonna waste my time with that right now. But I look at it where it's just like, oh, I completed my Iron Fist run. I completed the run of Marvel Premiere, the Iron Fist books. So it's just like I was able to put down about 4 or 5 different runs that I want to collect, while picking up other keys and everything like that. So definitely cool stuff. Definitely really fun, and overall, just a fun year. So again, for everybody who watch my videos, like my videos, and continues to watch and stuff, thank you. It's really something that I do to kind of share my collection with you guys. And then two, I want to, like I said in the description of my last video, just want to thank everybody who was out there making content, and trying to just keep everybody into comics and everything like that, whether it's through Instagram, whether it's on Facebook, whether it's on YouTube, just everything about it. Thank you guys all, just because it's been a tough one. No cons, some people losing their jobs, some people it's like me myself working from home for the better part of almost a year. It's been pretty crazy, and you guys making these videos and posting stuff on Instagram and posting stuff on Facebook and everything really helped kind of keep me into the loop of comics and liking and seeing all these different books and sharing the stuff. So I'm gonna do my best. I guess my resolution for you guys, from me and my channel, is to try to make more videos, stay more consistent, and just try to keep up with things a little better. And also, too, to kind of be more active on Instagram. Because I do have an Instagram. I, sporadically have put stuff up on there. But as you see, I have this huge stack of books that I need to actually show off and put up on there. So, with that, that's what I'm planning on doing, and just hopefully 2021 is a better year as far as the pandemic is concerned, and getting ourselves back to normal. But I want to wish everybody a happy new year. I hope everybody had a good, or as best of a 2020 as they could. again, Happy New Year, guys. Everybody, be safe and keep collecting, man. All right, I'm out. Happy New Year. See you guys later.